Gordon Ramsay has yet again come out with a new TV show, and boy, if I had a nickel for every time he did so, I wouldn't be making this video. He has graced our TV screens with shows ranging from the topics of cooking, restaurants, hotels. Gordon Ramsay's Secret Service is his newest venture where, yes, you guessed it, kitchen nightmares, but just a little bit different, just enough. Now, normally with a lot of these shows, you have the owners of the restaurant reach out like, dude, we need your help. This place is falling apart. If we're being honest, we may need to be yelled at just a little bit. But this show is a bit different because he's reached out to by a secret insider within the restaurant who's often fed up with the way things are running. This insider is someone we will not know the identity of until the end of the episode. They give Gordon intel into the operation of the establishment as well as the secret access to the place overnight, allowing Gordon to break and enter so he can scope out the place and touch as much filthy shit as he can. Gordon will then retreat to his undercover spy van so he can watch how the place runs over the security cameras with a really cool joystick. Then, after watching how the place is run for a day or two, he swoops in and kitchen nightmares. Now, Gordon is many things. A restaurant owner, master chef, TV personality, maybe a few other things I'm forgetting, but in this show, he really just wants to be Jason Bourne too. You'll see what I'm talking about very quickly, if not right away. It's almost filmed like a Jason Bourne transition in some parts. But not only that, I guess he's also a family marriage counselor. I know Andy and Gabby just talked about this show too, but Andy told me the same thing. For some reason, he takes this mantle on as well throughout the whole series. But with all that being said, let's now take a look at episode 1 of Gordon Ramsay's Secret Service. You see what I'm talking about? This is almost filmed just like a Bourne movie transition when they go to a new location.
My insider left me a key. There it is. Great. Man, that was stuck.
Now, I know I said breaking and entering. It's sort of that. The insider I talked about leaves him a key, and he has to pretend like he doesn't know exactly where it is.
Always good to start with a black light, because it's the stuff you don't see to the naked eye. Oh my goodness me.
Oh my god. Someone came all over everything.
Look at this. What a freaking mess. And there's so much heat coming from here. It's still on. The whole thing is on.
We see that oven raging hot, and then Gordon looks over at a steel pan spinning in a microwave on high.
There's food in there as well. My goodness me. I mean, that has to be one of the biggest fire hazards. Damn.
In typical Gordon fashion, he can't just point out something gross. He has to start playing with it and kicking dirty water over all of his cameramen.
Now this is an ATP test. This is gonna give me an indication of live bacteria. Under 30 is acceptable. Oh my goodness. 5,550. I've never seen that.
Now, I'm no expert in this field, or any for that matter, but I'm gonna say that's a little bit too high.
Oh, the smell. Chickens just sat there, bathing in that congealed blood.
Don't fucking touch it, Gordon. Jesus Christ. Why do you gotta do all that?
Now this camera, I'm gonna set up underneath the bench. Guaranteed there's gonna be rats down here. The size of my grandma's cats.
They really inflate the high-tech aspect of what is just a GoPro, especially with what we'll see throughout the episode is the spy camera type overlay on all of the footage. They even kick on the night vision sound when he turns on this GoPro.
Guaranteed there's gonna be rats down here. Look at this, a hodgepodge of a dining room. Are you happy? No, nor am I. Oh my goodness.
I also forgot to mention, the owners are under the impression they are going to be on a restaurant renovation type show. I say that because at first I wondered why were there already so many cameras planted all over the place.
So, the first time ever, I've got a 360-degree insight to this restaurant, from every corner in the kitchen to every table in the dining room.
Do they have a dedicated secret cameraman? Alright, let's cut to the kitchen cam. Alright, now the dining room cam. Alright, now the secret camera.
Guys ready to go?
That's Pete, the owner there.
You know what?
you should have on the tables is coffee cups.
That is Susie, Pete's wife.
No, because not everybody drinks coffee.
Since when?
Oh, what do you mean?
The rice.
One by one.
I know how to do it. Camera 8, that is Mikey, Pete, and Susie's son.
20 minutes, 4:15 is still okay?
I said yes, we will be.
I'm asking Pete.
That lady there is Stella, married to Mikey.
Where are the eggs?
Huh?
Where are the eggs?
Here.
That is Stephanie, the daughter of Pete.
So most of this restaurant staff is family, I think aside from this dude, but other than that, it's the owner Peter, his wife, daughter, son, and his son's wife. And Peter is one of the classic restaurant owners who's been doing this forever, a little bit out of touch, stuck in his ways, and doesn't want to hear anything from anyone. Now the son Mikey wants to take the restaurant over. He seems very capable, but his dad doesn't really think he can handle it and is always bossing him around in the kitchen, telling him he's not doing things right, stuff like that, which leads me to wonder, is the son the insider? We will see.
I've thrown tons of ideas to my father, but change is hard for him. It's like, don't fix it if it's not broken.
If I were fumbling pans like that, which seems like something I would very likely do, I would be so pissed if I found out I was being filmed from behind doing so.
Camera 8, please.
Yeah, these cinematics are gonna get really old really quick.
Now it's time to see how these individuals actually work and run this restaurant.
I know for a fact Gordon is not controlling these cameras because his old ass would be having so much trouble working that joystick. Why is it not moving up? I want it to move up. No, Gordon, you're moving it up. You have to move it down. It's inverted. You have to move it down. It's not going where I want to. I want it to go. It's not going where I want to. Gordon, you have to move it in the opposite direction. I'm trying.
Hey, Paul, our director, can you just quickly sift through that footage I left under the table last night to see if there are any rodents?
Should be there for you now.
Are you telling me Gordon, who is already playing guy in the chair, also has his own guy in the chair, possibly in a second inconspicuous van, parked right behind him?
Oh no, that's the bandsaw. This is what I swabbed last night. Look at that. I want to know more about those samples I took.
So now after we get a science lesson about how bacteria growth works, it's time for Gordon to get a look at how this restaurant runs with customers in it.
I want someone I can trust, that can taste the food and give me some honest feedback.
All right, salmon.
My Undercover diners. That's Rock Harper, a prolific chef. He runs multiple restaurants. Sammy, one of the most up-and-coming cooks on the West Coast.
Someone called John Taffer, because we are also doing bar rescue with these secret shopper customers right now. So they order their appetizers and they are not pleased, and as you can imagine, the owner does not quite agree with their conclusion.
No, the tzatziki is not sharp. That's the way it is.
What's that?
The tzatziki? That's the way it is.
No, it tasted like bubbly in my mouth, like it was like fermenting.
That's the way it is.
That's the way it is. Oh my goodness me.
Why didn't he take it?
He didn't even take the plate?
Let me also say I am not a fan of the show being censored. I know it airs on Fox, so I understand, but take these awful ass bleeps out once it gets to streaming, please. It is way too much. Because I want to know what Gordon is calling these people. Sometimes you can tell, sometimes you're like, what the fuck did he just call him?
So he cut it frozen. That's how he's defrosting it. The worst thing you can do, knowing the bacteria growth, and you stick it on a warm grill. Oh, come on.
Everything else is coming right out. Great. Lamb chops right now, and everything else is
Both
coming.
of you, please do not eat that lamb.
So for a second I was worried when I saw Gordon zooming in on the bacteria farm that is those lamb chops. I thought he was gonna let the dude eat them, so I am so thankful he made him stop.
Mikey.
Yes, sir.
Mike.
Stop. You can put that down.
The look on his face is the exact look that everybody has when Gordon Ramsay barks a command at them.
And they have what? Gordon Ramsay just went by. Seriously? He's right behind. Seriously? Yeah, seriously.
I love the way Gordon is walking through this dining room right now like Nosferatu.
Ladies and gentlemen, kindly gather your things and exit the restaurant, please. Thank you.
So I understand that even just seeing Gordon Ramsay upset in a restaurant I'm eating at would be enough for me to be like, yep, you know what? Check please. But on the other hand, if he gave me an order while I'm sitting down eating, I might also just be like, you know what? No, I kind of don't want to now because you told me what to do.
What's that?
Chicken with onion.
Raw chicken on the rocks is wild.
And do you know what really shocks me? A bandsaw. I did an ATP test. The reading should be 30 max. Anything over 30, it's sort of danger zone. Do you know what the meter read? 5,550. I need to wash my hands, they stink.
If I'm being honest, they reeked when I got here, but then I started touching all that rubbish and I really gotta stop doing that. I gotta stop touching my face afterwards too. Now it's time for Gordon to sit down with the owner and have a monumentally unproductive conversation. As usual.
I run 100 restaurants.
I know.
Yeah, we know, Gordon, okay? We get it. You're the goddamn man.
You need to get your head out your ass. Otherwise we're
Gordon, when he storms off, is so funny just because he has the stiffest walk known to man. It's like he's not even taking individual steps. You know what? Now I kind of want to change my guess for the insider. I really hope it's this tall dude, the one that's not related to any of them. And if I'm wrong, it was just a joke. Just a joke. So now after Gordon's finished his smoke break, it's time to give the gang some more tough love.
I just want you to spend time with me. Love me.
Wow.
I just feel like a restaurant widow.
Damn.
I just feel like a restaurant widow.
This is serious.
What, really? No reaction? Come on, I've been workshopping that line for months.
Well, I wish they decided don't meet. Definitely, I feel betrayal from my staff.
Look, if you weren't receptive to that conversation with Gordon Ramsay, then I guarantee whoever this insider is has a very good reason not to think they could just come to you.
Let's start now. Let's get this place stripped, please. Let's
Okay,
Mikey in the
yes.
kitchen and get that place emptied.
That one dude's like, fuck, I gotta find that weed that I hid.
The only way I'm going to get a real perspective as to why Parthenon is struggling is to get away from the restaurant. So I've asked Pete and Mikey to meet me here in Allen Park.
Until the shot of the father and son next to him, I thought Gordon Ramsay was just like, fuck, I've got to get out of here and go fishing. Now, this part of the show is what I was talking about, where Gordon Ramsay decides I'm going to be yet another thing, not only Chef Gordon Jason Bourne Ramsay, but Chef Gordon Jason Bourne Ramsay, family therapist.
When was the last time you told him that you loved him?
Never.
Come on, Pete.
Gordon, man, I really appreciate what you're trying to do here. You know, I appreciate the whole I love you thing. That's great. Could we really kind of focus on the him giving me the restaurant thing?
I might not have told you all these years. But you know I love you.
I love you too, Dad. Hey, Gordon, what is this show about again? So now after that very off-the-rails family therapy session, let's check back in with the topic of the episode, the restaurant. More specifically, see all the work that's been put in to turn the place around.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
Oh my.
Look at those lights.
You know, something I haven't really thought about until now is just how bright the restaurants are on these shows. Because every episode of a show like this, these places are so fucking bright. Much brighter than restaurants you usually see. I'm pretty sure it's just them putting up extra lighting to help with the filming. That has gotta be it.
How are you feeling, Dad? Was it beautiful?
Beautiful.
Everything I built is gone.
Oh my.
And the kitchen is now fully equipped with brand new chopping boards, incredible knives, hex-clad pans, you name it, they've got them.
That's it. That is what this show is. That is the only reason the show exists. It is just a giant fucking Hexclad commercial. I know Gordon's been the Hexclad guy for a while now. Maybe he has a stake in it, I don't know. But everything is coming the fuck together. He just wanted a reason to wear a baseball cap, play Jason Bourne, and sell his fucking pans. So after the family gets a look at their new restaurant and all of their brand new Hexclad cookware, it's time for Gordon to come in and take all the credit for it.
We'll be back in a minute. I'm going to rustle up some dishes with
Thank
Mikey.
you.
You've got to bang the drum, Mikey.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And don't be scared about that. You know that. Yes?
God! Jesus Christ, Gordon, give me a goddamn warning next time.
You can do this. Come on. Let's get cooking. Let's get some dishes out there.
Alright, Mikey, you get those veggies. I'm gonna go saute this in this brand new stainless steel non-stick Hexclad pan. Also, by the way, guys, I know I am switching back and forth from accent and no accent for Gordon. I've not been practicing the way I had been planning to do. So Gordon and Mikey finish preparing the new dishes. Everyone loves them. The dad's probably looking down at that plate like, fuck, I cannot cook that shit.
I need to apologize to all of you for not listening to you for this time. I'd like to thank you all for understanding, and I want to apologize to my wife, to everybody, which I don't know, be more focused on the family and do the right things.
Aw, that was sweet. Now, who's the fucking insider?
Would the insider reveal themselves?
The insider was me. I knew it!
Well, guys, neither of my predictions came true. Good thing they were both jokes, and you guys are the actual fools. I actually feel sorry for you. To be honest, I did have an inkling that it might be the mom, mainly because she made a point to bring up that her husband never spends time with her. But I was too scared to make too many predictions, so I just put a pin in that one. I guess I am the dumb donkey after all.
You fucking donkey! I know how hard this is for you, know that.
Oh, God, you have no idea. I'm worried that he's gonna divorce me.
This is going to be a bumpy road, but I'm here to help.
You know the dad's just like, wait, so you went behind my back, hung out with Gordon Ramsay in his van, and talked about how unhappy you are with our marriage. Are you guys fucking? Yes.
I just want to commend you for taking the risk, so thank you, my darling.
You know, thank you, Chef Ramsay. Without you, this would never have happened.
Also, Gordon, that dinner that we had, that was the best night of my life. What the fuck? So now that the restaurant is fixed, the family is closer than ever thanks to Dr. Gordon Ramsay. It's time for Gordon to head back to headquarters so that him and his team can see how the restaurant's being run now that everything's perfect.
Just quick comms check.
Van is online, Chef. Over to you.
Here we go.
I don't know why, but it always kills me hearing this other guy in the chair in Gordon's ear.
And hoping that Pete is ready to hand that baton over. The new generation.
So I wasn't sure if the screens Gordon is looking at are real, like if they're actually playing video or if he's just looking at green screens, because it does look like he's fake watching a bunch of screens, but I'm pretty sure it's just him rewatching footage and that van is on a soundstage right now.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
Lefty go? Which side? Who wants it?
Even though the restaurant is good now, it's funny those people seeing Gordon walking in, panicking, thinking they're on the first half of an episode of Kitchen Nightmares.
There's one tiny thing we need to do for a new beginning. You know what to do.
There's only one thing left to do. Clean this filthy fucking dish. Jesus Christ, how the fuck did this get through?
When I arrived, the heart of Parthenon.
God damn, he's got those headlights. This is probably one of the shows where Gordon most plays the hero, because not only did he save this restaurant, but he also saved that family. And he did it all with just 15 minutes of fishing. And now he gets to sail off into the sunset. It is nighttime. There is no sunset. Wow, guys. Well, that was Gordon Ramsay's Secret Service. I hope you did enjoy. Of course, if you did, consider liking, commenting, sharing with your friends, and subscribing if you're new here and you want to see more videos just like this. But I want to thank you guys all for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.